thought keeps you from sleeping at night. The thought that one day I will cease to exist, and if there will be another life after death, or if I will reincarnate as another person. I wonder if my friends dislike me, and why do they dislike me? What kind of it makes me unpleasant? That and no inward things I am going to say while I sleep. Remembering what a sucker I am even if I don't want to, the nonsense I used to say to get attention and how difficult it will be to make others forget it or see you as someone better than before. Well, all the people I interact with just want me by their side to have a good time, but they really don't care about me at all. That if I'm really sick, or something happens to me, if I don't complain, I don't know they're going to worry about me. In addition to all that, if one day I disappear, nobody will care and they will forget about me. To think and feel that I have not achieved what for the age and moment I live in I thought I would achieve, to think about not being as pretty, intelligent, or cultured as other people, to think that perhaps the future will treat me cruelly and I will end up becoming what I fear most, a failure. And if after death there is something, and if not, does life really matter? What is the point of everything if after dying you vanish and cease to exist? What is the meaning of being alive? Fear that my loved ones will die that same night and I have not told them what I love them. It may seem like a joke, but every time I go to bed the intrusive thoughts about that kind of thing run through my mind until I sleep. Well, there are a few but one. The existence of everything as everything started. I put myself in the Big Bang, but before that what was there, and what was there that was, and how was that created, too? What would happen if a demon lived with you and appeared to you? The scare is because of the appearance, or because you are not alone. And if the demon were nice and you will be afraid when you see him, what would happen to him and you? Why don't I have friends? Every day I ask myself that question. It may sound like a sucker, but in the 15 years I've lived, my only friend that I really consider a real friend is my dog. Since I was little I've been an introvert. The people with whom I got together, I did not do it because I wanted to be with them, but because I had no other option. If I did not get together with them, who else am I going to do it with? I begin to judge myself. I imagine situations where I am living with people imagining that they are my friends, because no matter how hard I try, with the people with whom I seek to relate I cannot, because I am that person with whom they do not seek to relate, and every time I become more and more introverted, now I feel like a social reject, but to tell the truth, I think I always have been, without realizing it. I have no hope of finding friends soon, since the quarantine does not allow me, since my only opportunity to meet people is at school and I do not have face-to-face classes yet, and even if I did I would not like to go, and I would be quiet in the room without saying anything, since I am afraid to be with a lot of people I don't know. If there are 3.5 people I don't know, I don't care, but when there are 10, 15 or 20 people, I feel very uncomfortable, I get desperate and I don't think well, and the only thing I think is that I want to get out of there. I complain because I don't have friends, but I'm not much help to change that either. The only thing left for me is to wait to go to face-to-face classes and hope that some extrovert will adopt me, so to speak, and be part of some group, at least to improve my self-esteem and thus meet more people. My future, I'm 20 years old and I feel like a failure. I can't find good progress in college in this pandemic with virtual classes. It was pretty bad and I didn't make much progress. There are nights when I sleep thinking what to do and how to get out of the mess, but I can't. I know that the only thing I have to do is keep trying. But the family pressure is enough, and every time they ask me how the university is going, if they emphasize to me that I only have a certain amount of time left to finish it, and they don't understand that progress is difficult with this health crisis. Virtual teaching is one of the worst in my university, and teachers don't give their classes or only send slides, and their exams have nothing to do with their slides. That life is asshole and takes all your loved ones. You can only sit and wait to see who was next. That is, if the next one is not you. You always thought things through a lot. To be more clear, the thought of me failing to get a girl I met a year ago to stop talking to me like that out of the blue, and then later seeing how someone else got it. I always helped her. She was very insecure. She had just gotten out of a very bad relationship that filled her with insecurities, and I always listened to her to make her feel better. I always achieved my goal, to make her feel happy again. I don't understand why, but sometimes I feel empty. I have fought and achieved many things that I could only dream of before, and I thought that emptiness was pure loneliness. But now even when I am surrounded by good, faithful friends, and people who treat me well, I still feel empty sometimes. I notice that I am missing something, but I don't know what. It's like eating your favorite food and feeling like you're missing dessert. It's silly, but I don't understand it, and sometimes it makes me deeply unhappy. I feel like some of my friends are the way they are because I'm just trying to avoid what my mind is trying to tell me. that sometimes I use the company to silence that little voice, but when I'm there it starts to speak and telling me that I'm missing something.